Cassie, will you grab a mic? Kristen, you have gone through the purchasing and selling of the house process.
A couple times.
Davi, you have done it as well, right? Cassie, you have done it, right?
Yes, just the purchasing part.
All right, Tommy, you have done it as well. Mo, I don't think you've bought a house yet, have you?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm going through the process right now where we bought a house, really love the house that we're in right now, love the neighborhood that we're in right now, and we're in the process of selling our old home right now. And the market's pretty good right now. It's pretty good.
It's in your favor.
It's real good right now. So somebody tipped me off to working the system that I wouldn't say is unethical, but it didn't feel quite right.
You know why things don't feel quite right? Because they're not ethical.
I don't know. I don't think this one's unethical. It's just using technology to give you an upper hand in negotiations with your house.
I'm intrigued.
So the tip that I got was, look, when somebody puts an offer in on your house, I mean, they have to... That's a contract. They write that out so you know who they are. You've got their name. You know where they live. So the tip that I got was go online and do research on the person that put the bid in on your home so you know how much wiggle room you have in negotiations.
Did you learn this from Kaylee? That's how you know it's wrong. Where'd you learn this?
As a real estate agent, I wonder if there's anybody listening right now. Is that something that a lot of people do, or is that playing dirty? 1-855-BERT show.
Never heard of anybody doing that, and it feels dirty. It feels really, really dirty.
It felt dirty when I did it.
Yeah.
Ain't waste no time.
What did you learn?
I mean, it's business.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple different people, and I don't want to get into specifics, but for sure, there was going to be an income differential between two people that were bidding on my home. And because I knew what two of them did for one couple did for a living, I knew what the other couple did for a living. I also knew that one was getting some funding from their parents, so I looked up the parents also to see what kind of cash they had as well. So is it dirty?
Yeah.
Or is it? I mean,
Yeah, because a lot of serial killers looked up the family and the addresses and stuff.
I'm not planning on killing them.
I know, but it's kind of murdery.
If you think of sports, you do a scouting report so
Right.
that you know what you're dealing with when you're going against somebody, right? What's the difference?
I mean, you're talking about tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands in some cases, maybe, difference. And isn't it just doing your homework?
If that's that you sound like you're trying to justify your behavior right now, sir.
It's business, man. I mean, it's out there. What's unethical about it? I mean, the records are out there.
Well, you've clearly prepared your debate. We didn't. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
But it's wrong.
So when I sold my first house, I sold a house in Kentucky, but I sold it to my brother. So I didn't have to really do a lot of digging there because I kind of knew who I was selling it to.
Right.
And then when I sold my house in Raleigh, North Carolina, it was when the market had bottomed out. And so I lost money on that thing. We were just trying to get out from underneath it because everything had crashed there in the, mid to late 2000s. So hearing you do that, I felt some sort of way. So my gut's going with, that's kind of creepy and unethical.
I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't think it is. It's just you're using technology.
He's getting so red.
I really don't know that it is. And here's Kevin to back me up. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Well, yeah, I sell a lot of real estate, and all the time people will call me. They'll be like, yeah, I searched their name last night on Facebook and Instagram, and they're into this, they're into that. We should counter with this. Or, you can search corporations, too, and find out who owns the corporation. So, yeah, this happens constantly. This
Okay.
is not unique to your situation.
So they'll put a bid in on the house, and then you go and you do the research on them, and you're like, okay, I could probably get them for another 15 or 20,000.
Oh, my God.
And if they come back and say they just can't afford it, I mean, they're lying right off the bat, right?
Or maybe there's something you don't know about them.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
everything.
You don't know their life finances or their circumstances. Maybe they're trying to hit a price point. And of course, the realtor is going to call in and be like, do it because they benefit off commission. It's just because it's not illegal doesn't mean it's not unethical. You're taking advantage of people. And the reason
No,
it's
you
called
are
Yes, you
not.
are. And the reason it's called the fair market value of your home because you price your home at the fair market value of what it's worth. So if your home ain't worth more, don't try and squeeze like blood out of a stone. That's not nice.
Everybody is trying to squeeze each other in
You
the
wanna tell
house
God?
buying experience. Oh,
When
I
you-
forgot that I do the show with 2 or 3 Bernie Sanders.
Okay, when you get to the gates of heaven and you talk to St. Peter and he's like, hey, you did some extra work and, screwed over this couple out of $20,000 that they didn't have to pay on your house because you undervalued it. What are you going to say to God? To Jesus? You
Yeah.
going to feel good about that?
Yep.
If you would feel good about doing it in front of Jesus, then it is not unethical.
I think Jesus is going to say, come on in, and he's going to give me one of those little head type things where they just rub the back of your head like, oh, nice job, son.
A noogie?
Yeah.
We know a different Jesus.
Jesus can give me a noogie. Hey,
No.
Mike, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Good morning, guys. I don't know. I think it can go both ways because when we recently bought our house, we actually did research on the seller to see what our wiggle room was. If they were in a position where they needed to sell the home, and that way we could kind of counter offer our original offer. And so I think it's all's fair in love and war.
Hold on. Let me ask the socialists if this goes well with them. Are you guys
Do
okay
you
with
even
that?
know what socialism? First of all, I'm not a socialist, but can you even define socialism? No, probably not. Socialism is very different.
She gave you no seconds.
No, you can't.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you calling.
This is my favorite.
The Bert Show.